Hey everybody, and welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is Wobani Extraction. This is the third, and for the moment, the final map in the Trench Warfare map set, but I have already confirmation that more maps will be made, or at least one more. So, as you can see, again, once more, a aesthetically quite different map, maybe a little bit more comparable to Renvar color-wise, but in a way it reminds me more of Sullust. And what's really interesting to me is that the map layout, or at least the divide of the spawn points, is actually very different. We also have a bit more variety on the ships for the Empire, with some TIE interceptors in there too. But as you can see, the map starts out with a mix of both blue and red spawn points in the middle section, whereas the other maps had the Empire always start out at the outskirts and they had to fight inward, and now they actually start already in the middle, giving also the rebels from the get-go several spawn points that they can fight for to capture. So in that sense, it can actually feel very different for the rebels, where they can be a bit more offensive. Let's actually check out what's here. And again, visually, just incredibly impressive. Also, sound-wise, it's great to hear all those ships fighting, flying over. Nice use as well of new turrets. It's great to see that each map has something quite unique about it. I definitely would recommend continuing with that. You know, so for the fourth map, have, you know, a few more new vehicles, a few more new turrets. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. You know, we only got one new sort of like TIE fighter in there. That's enough. They got like maybe one new turret or one new vehicle. That's also enough. It just adds one more bit of variety. And you can, for example, intermix them too. So we have TIE fighters now, or TIE interceptors here. You can bring that to the next map and add even something more to make it even more varied. So here you can now see that now a proper front has been created. That's probably what will naturally happen, since some of the spawn points will very easily be overtaken. I think one thing I would like to see on the Rebel side is maybe a bit of variety in their vehicles. Maybe have some TX-130s in there. I realize it's not a Rebel vehicle, but previously they of course had an LAAT. So, you know, lore-wise, it's not too far off that they would use older technology to their advantage, especially if they're rebels and they have to make do with what's available. But again, very, very detailed, awesome assets that are used here. And despite the main color being gray, it still feels vibrant, it still feels detailed. Excellent, excellent job.
Our numbers are being depleted.
I don't necessarily know where this would stack in terms of compared to the other two trench maps. The whole thing, of course, is that the Tatooine one was the first one I did, so that felt the most new and refreshing to me. And the sense in what I'm actually expecting, that has now worn off, meaning I'm not necessarily surprised anymore. This is actually also cool. Fighting underneath, what are these called? Are these called juggernauts?
The command post is under hostile control. Our reinforcements are thinning.
Oh yeah, we should actually try and see if we can maybe get into A ship.
Leave the bomber to me.
Also seems that there are more air vehicles, more ships this time than in other maps. Not by a lot, maybe 2 more. But I think that's very, very cool. We can sabotage their ground units here. Again, they have Y-wings, so having some TIE bombers could also actually be quite cool. Could be helpful for ground support. Another Darth Vader moment. Why not? I want to see if we can capture something.
Our reinforcements are thinning.
Oh, I know, dude. Again, balance-wise, it seems pretty good. We have a little bit of an advantage.
A command post for the Empire. Their reinforcements are dwindling.
Yeah, okay, so now we actually turn the tide, and now they are losing reinforcements on set bases. I'm just gonna stick here for a while. Hopefully let some more units spawn in. Oh, dude, now we have an AT-AT here! Holy shit. That's cool. Again, I love the fact that you get rewarded with AT-ATs depending on what spawn point you take. That's incredible.
A command post is under Imperial control. Their reinforcements are dwindling.
It's so cool. It's such a well-made map.
Imperial control.
And it sounds weird, but small things like this, like a platform here, some cover there, it just all feels so detailed and vibrant and alive. It makes sense. Everything is coherent. All the color matches. It's great.
We've lost the command post. Fight for it.
Artistically, aesthetically, and also just level design-wise,
Take it back.
they got this down. They got this down to a T.
Target the turret.
Oh god. The battle is intense. Spawn points are quite near each other, meaning it's difficult to capture and hold them. And you have to fight for every yard that you can get.
We've got AT-ATs.
Yeah, we got AT-ATs. You just wait, boy. There we got another one. Again, AI is doing a very good job of putting the pressure on. You know, even though we captured 2 spawn points, they're still threatening us by constantly sending in units, sending in infantry. And I have to say that the AI on our side is also doing a fairly good job of defending. And now this is the moment where, yeah, it's a shame I died, but there you actually had to like kill a lot of units so that they couldn't respawn. Now we have to actually put the pressure on them. Because they now actually have to send reinforcements from pretty far for the first time. Oh, dude, we got an AT-ST coming over here. And again, it's just very exciting because there are some real stakes to capturing the points in this case.
We've captured a command post.
There we go. So now the first two we caught, they're not necessarily
Fight
safe,
for it.
but they're in a better position to be held. You can see that one AT-AT is actually moving over there, doing some good damage. We just gotta hold this. We gotta hold this, and we have to have units spawn in. That's what needs to be done.
A command post is under Imperial control.
Ugh. Losing a lot of men. We got it, though. Now all we need is hold it for a moment. Spawn in, maybe send in Vader.
What is thy bidding, my master? Darth Vader.
And now the actually whole battle shifts. New front is created. Interesting part here is that the next actually line only has one single command post.
Feel the power of the dark side.
We've lost control of a command post.
Apparently we lost control. If we actually capture this, they even have
For the Empire.
to reinforce from a farther area.
A command post for the Empire.
Okay, good. Now just kill some of the stragglers.
Command post is no longer under Empire control.
Well, hold on. Okay, did a pretty good job. They're gonna recapture this. Let's see, what did they catch? Up north.
We've lost the command post. Take it back.
But do you see what I'm talking about? It constantly shifts. Now, I do have to say that we really put the pressure on them, and ever since it shifted to where the rebels are losing reinforcements at a set rate, balance-wise, it has gone out of the window. Maybe give the rebels a few more spawn points would be good for balance, but I don't know. This is the first one where I could indeed say, like, okay, the Empire very quickly can get an advantage to where it's going to be impossible for them to lose. This one's not a very good
Take cover. We've lost control of a command post.
position. There we go. All right.
We've lost the command post. Take it back. We've lost control of a command post.
Look at that. They're recapturing all of them. Just
Post is under hostile
putting up the
control.
pressure.
We're losing reinforcements.
Now we are losing reinforcements again. Look at that. Turning the tide in such a short amount. Nah, I'll hold on to Darth Vader for a moment. I like this AT-ST gameplay. Chicken Walker.
Our reinforcements are thinning.
Definitely one thing I would also love to see in a future map. It's gonna sound weird, but is a battle, and it could still be in the desert,
Are thinning.
but with a lot of metal hedgehogs in between the trenches. Savage made a map that kind of resembles that, but the reason why I say this is because a battle like that, or a map like that, is kind of resembling of the Kasserine Pass battle back in World War II. And that can actually be a very cool setting. Battlefield 1942 has an excellent map that does exactly that, where there's a lot of metal hedgehogs in between the bases. And you have this really cool desert battle amongst all of the anti-tank obstacles. I think it would be very cool again to play this as Rebels, just because I love the ships of the Rebels. TIE fighters are cool too, don't get me wrong, but X-Wings, Y-Wings, they're super, super cool. Makes me really want to play Rogue Squadron. It's probably my favorite Star Wars game of all time. Rogue Squadron 2. So in case you're wondering what I think of Star Wars Squadrons, again, I'll be looking forward to the campaign, so it might be okay, but they really need to stick to that either Rogue Squadron type of mission structure, or really get that TIE Fighter, X-Wing, more simulated feel. Okay, we're about to wrap things up. They got less than 15 units. Probably most will now be in either vehicles in the air or on the ground. You can actually now push through. Take a look behind the scenes, behind enemy lines. Oh, you know what? We can actually take a Y-Wing. Why not? Again, I love the Rebel ships.
The enemy is losing reinforcements. A command post for the Empire. The enemy is losing reinforcements.
What to do, what to do. And again, the LAAT. The LAAT is worthless in this. Such a cool design. Such a cool sound, too.
We've captured a command post.
X-Wing on X-Wing. Snow speeders are also cool. I think the Rebels really win in terms of how cool their ships are. Oh, we captured everything, apparently. Alright, guys, that's about it. If you want to download this awesome map, you can find the link in the description down below. Don't forget to let me know any recommendations or requests on maps or mods you want to see in the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.